Hey there, folks. Thanks for tuning into this beer review. I am the Mighty Plantain, and this time around I've got another IPA for you. This is Unita's Hop Nosh IPA. Now, I did check out one of their fruited ones. I believe it was a Tangerine IPA not too long ago, because I couldn't get a hold of this one. Thank you, by the way, Ryan, for the beer suggestion. We'll be checking this out tonight. I know you said you've been drinking a lot of these lately and you enjoyed them. So I'm going to see what I think of this one. While I'm getting this poured out, make sure to hit me up down below with a like and a share. And when you subscribe, you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Hopefully you're getting some value out of these, getting a little bit of education as to what's sitting around in your local beer store and what you may or may not enjoy. And maybe just getting a little bit of entertainment out of it. Now that's actually, I'm not sure if it's cloudy or if it's just really effervescent. It is extremely effervescent, but now that I'm seeing there's not a lot of, there's a lot of bubbles still coming up, but what I'm seeing that's clouding the beer isn't just the bubbles. It is quite cloudy. It's another one of those that's reminiscent of raw honey, honestly. That's the closest thing I can think of to compare it to, because there's a lot of light coming through, and it looks thick, even though these beers that look like this tend not to have a very heavy mouthfeel, but they just look like they would. It's sparkly. I don't know any other way to describe it. It's a combination of those bubbles coming up through the cloudiness, and there's a few little flocks floating around in there. So there are some particulates, and just that golden honey color just makes me think of something sparkly and golden. So a very nice looking beer. Again, I'm not a big fan of anything that's really cloudy or flocculent, but I'm starting to come around. Aesthetically, I still don't like the looks of those, but I've been pleasantly surprised by the taste of them recently, so it's kind of compensating. Hmm. I think quite a complex hop profile right off of the aroma. Some citrusy and earthy notes with a hint of pine. Maybe a little bit of sweet fruitiness as well. It's very nice. It's a very pleasant smelling beer. It's actually got a bit of a medium mouthfeel, so it's got some distinct body to it. Not much coming through for graininess. It just, you can tell it's got a really good malt backbone because of the heavier mouthfeel and the fact that the hoppiness is there, but it doesn't taste like a watered down beer behind the hops. It tastes like a very, very solid beer. So no distinct malt characteristics coming through in the taste, but just the fact that it's solid and it's got a good backbone to it. Now I'm getting mostly earthy notes up front. It fades to some pine, and then the citrus comes through in the finish, which is kind of the opposite of what I got from the aroma. From the aroma, I got the citrus and the earthy notes right up front, and then kind of faded to a bit of pine and maybe some sweet fruitiness in the finish. But when I taste it, it's kind of coming in reverse order. I'm getting the earthy and pine notes up front, followed by the citrus and maybe a hint of sweet fruitiness there. It's very interesting, very complex. Um, it's kind of fading in with a lot of other IPAs I enjoy. So nothing really jumping out to distinguish it from that crowd. I'm a little on the fence. It's above average. Now, I usually rate these beers 1 through 5, keep it nice and simple. I'm not going to go into color, texture, and everything else and give you a ton of different numbers. I want to keep this kind of thing accessible for the everyman and just tell you what I think of the beer overall. Um, so, on a 1 to 5 scale, a 2.5 is average. I'm hovering between a 3.5 and a 4. I think I'm going to go with a 3.5. I was leaning towards the 4 a little bit just because I'm really enjoying the beer right now. But overall, I got to hit it with a 3.5, I think, to be fair. Because, again, it's a highly above average beer. It's very enjoyable, but there's not anything really distinguishing it from the crowd of IPAs that I'm used to. Would this be something I drink on a regular basis? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great IPA. Um, but it's not one that I'm going to go, wow, and get really excited about. But if somebody offers me this over what they typically would offer me in their home, because 9 times out of 10 you show up somewhere, somebody's got Bud Light or Miller Light, but if they've got a little Unita Hop Nosh instead, I'll be excited. So there you have it. That's my opinion on it. Hit me up in the comments section in the email link down below. I'll also throw a quick user poll up over here. You'll be able to rate the beer yourself 1 through 5. I'd like to know what you think. If you agree or disagree, either way, I'd like to hear from you. Till next time, thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Now, a little while back, we did a bit of a comparison with the Not Your Father's Hard Root Beer review.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for the beer, man. So, highly recommended by you. The Extreme Beer Fest this weekend. We'll be able to get a hold of, I believe it's the American